think you're going to have to take another look at this section just to be so the logic flows, because you're talking about a concern in traditional grading practice is that of reliability. Results of poor interrelated reliability in grading are frequent. Now you say frequent, but you'd have to provide probably 5 references for it to be frequent. Suggesting a lack of consensus among evaluators for standard grading criteria. Uh, Reports of poor interrelating and grading are frequent. I'm not even sure you need this part here. There are several explanations for inconsistent reliability in grading. One is grade inflation. So I don't see how that has an impact on inter-rater reliability. Wouldn't everybody be having problems with grade inflation? So systematic review, healthcare, education, Donaldson Gray found well-documented evidence of grade inflation. Many researchers have echoed these findings over the years in other disciplines, though some have cautioned that it's difficult to distinguish grade inflation and grade improvement even when controlling external variables. Okay, so I don't think that's something that logically, that's a reason. I think it's just another point. Issues of, so do grades measure what they're intended to do? So that's it. So here we have the inter-rater reliability. That's one issue. Grade inflation is another issue. It doesn't explain the inconsistent reliability. So I would get that out of there. And then you say many researchers have echoed these findings over the years in other disciplines, including, give us the disciplines. Okay. And I don't think you need to put those some of caution that distinguish the difference between grade inflation and grade improvement. That starts to get into a very nuanced sort of area. That's not what you really want to say. What you want to say is that it's well documented that there are problems with grade inflation. I understand there's this nuance while controlling for external variables of improvement. So, but you're not doing an essay necessarily on that. You're just pointing out that there could be some issues with grade inflation. A second to review inconsistencies is lack of training and assessment and evaluation. So again, for inter-rater reliability, we don't know that we're comparing one person as training, one person that's not. Okay, so I just say there are a number of issues with reliability and grade. Inter-rater reliability, grade inflation, um, and lack of training and assessment and evaluation, where teachers more typically see where they don't get training. So that's sort of like accuracy too, right? Or if they're not receiving indication, this problem has been more prevalent. A third explanation for screening is evaluator held biases. Again, I don't know what you mean by that. Um, uh, So that's probably how I would reframe this. I'm just thinking about this part here. This sort of the lack of training is an issue. It's kind of an issue that fits more in the validity part. And then you provide tiered. Again, I don't know what this means. Inconsistency is traditioning from tiered grading system. I don't know what that means. Towards a pass fail. So what do you mean by tiered grading as employed in our alternative? And we don't talk about that as an art. We're not, you can talk about that later about how you address the gaps, but not now. With fewer tiers to choose from. Okay, so you're going to have to explain that. Okay, and then with validity here, well, I'll just take a look at this.